Hi there, and inside this package, which has just arrived, I've got a teeny tiny set from 1999. Now inside here is a set from the Spaceport theme. Now that was a theme which was around only for 1 year in 1999, and it was a sub-theme of Lego Town. And although Lego didn't make any more sets after 1999, the theme did hang around through some of 2000 as well. Now the Spaceport theme replaced the Launch Command theme, which was in 1995, and which retired a few years before Spaceport came out in 1997. And so to put this theme in context, the year it came out was the same year as Lego Star Wars was first launched, which was famously the first ever theme which hadn't been made up by Lego and was an independent IP. So I'm going to open it up and we can take a look at it. Now this was the smallest set of the Spaceport theme, and back in 1999 in the UK money it cost £1.57, and in today's money that's somewhere between £2 and £3. Today if you want to buy it used it can be as little as £3 or £4 depending on its condition, but I got this one off eBay for £6.99 with both the box and the instructions. If you want it sealed in its original box it can cost up to about £40, and I've seen a few currently on eBay and on Bricklink for about that amount of money. Now I said that this was the smallest set of the theme, but the theme only actually had 20 sets in 1999, and weirdly 3 of them were the same as this one. Now this is set 1180 and it was called Spaceport Moon Buggy. But it's identical to set 1265, which was just called Moon Buggy, and also identical to set 3068, which was called Radar Buggy. There was also another mini set in the theme which had 3 different versions of the same thing, all having set numbers 1 digit higher than these 3. 1181 was Space Jet, which was identical to 1266 Space Probe, which was the same as 3069 Cosmic Wing. Now I've tried to find out if these were just different set numbers and names for releases in different territories, but I can't find any information on it. So if you know why there were 3 versions of each of these set, please let me know in the comments below. Now with only 20 sets in the theme and 3 of them being this Moon Buggy and another 3 being the Space Jet, that only leaves 12 other sets. But the largest of these was 6456 Mission Control, and this was an absolutely awesome set with a light and sound brick in the back of the space shuttle. Now today the smallest sets we get are ones like this, and this is 60399 Race Car, and this has got 56 pieces and it costs about £9. And when you compare the 2 sets side by side you suddenly realise how tiny this old set really is. I think a better comparison for today's Lego are these paper bag gifts that we get on the front of Lego magazines. Now this Spaceport set has 21 pieces in it and 4 pieces for the minifigure, and that's just a few less than you'd normally get in one of the magazine paper bags these days. But it's less than half the number of pieces of a small regular Lego city set today, like that green race car which has 56 pieces. So I'm going to open this up and see how the pieces have fared over its 25-year life. As you can see the box is in still pretty good condition. Its only thing is that the tab at the back was punched out when the box was originally opened, but apart from that it's still in good shape. So it's been packed quite nicely, got a bit of paper, and it's in a little grip seal bag, and there are the instructions. So very typical instructions for the era. If you're not familiar with Lego sets from this age, we didn't used to get the little breakout boxes showing what pieces you needed for each stage. You just had to do a sort of a comparison and see this stage and then this stage and work out which pieces had been added. So we've got 4 steps on this side and 3 further steps on the back. So this has been looked after really well. All the pieces are in really good shape. All the whites are still very white, and you also get this amazing transparent neon green dish piece, which is a colour you don't get anymore. Now, a lot of the Spaceport figures had these torsos. You've got a kind of a space shuttle in the bottom corner. They all had this C1 on them and sort of a breathing apparatus printed on the front of the torso. This guy's head has a microphone printed on it, and he's obviously not going into space because he's wearing a blue baseball cap. I'm sure these 21 pieces aren't going to take long to put together. So first of all we've got the 2 wheel spindles underneath, wheel axles more like, and then we pop these wheels on each corner. And these are nice little slick tyres we've got on those. Then we've got a hinge piece which goes on the back of the truck like that, and then the top clicks into it like that. And then there's a blue grille which sits just in front there, and for some reason a red 1x1 round plate sits behind it. Then we've got our steering wheel right at the front, so our person's going to sit here. I'm just going to flip over the instructions. We've got a Technic brick which sits on the top of that hinge piece there. Oh, that hinge is very loose, so that's what happens after 25 years of use. And then we've got another blue grill which goes on the top of that. Then we've got our dish piece, and a 1x1 round black plate goes in the middle, and then the stud of that goes in the Technic brick. Oh yeah, that's still fairly firm, that's pretty good. And then that obviously allows you to angle the radar dish on the back, but not very well because it's very flimsy. And then the last piece of the set is a walkie-talkie for the minifigure to hold. And actually I did speak too soon, as this dish is actually very, very loose. The clutch power between the hole in the Technic brick and the stud on the back of the radar dish is not very good. 25 years has obviously had a bit of its fair share of wear and tear. But if we fold the legs on the minifigure, we can sit him in the Spaceport Moon Buggy, or the Moon Buggy, or the Radar Buggy, depending on which set you'd bought, just like that. One thing I have noticed about this set is that it was called Spaceport Moon Buggy, this specific one, and the other two like it were called Moon Buggy and Radar Buggy. And if this is a Moon Buggy, then why is the guy only wearing a baseball cap? Surely he should have a space helmet on. So I imagine maybe he's test driving it back on Earth before it goes up onto the moon. Another thing is that it looks very reminiscent of the sort of classic space style moon buggy like this one. Now this was my first classic space set ever, and it cemented my love for the theme way back in the late 70s. But I was thinking that the Spaceport Moon Buggy could take a cue from the classic space moon buggy, and we could stick a plate between the two sets of wheels. And I think adding that 2x4 plate gives it a little bit of a nod back to its original space heritage. Now this is the first Spaceport set that I've ever bought of the 20 sets that were in the theme. But the theme did have 15 different minifigures, and I've currently got 6 of those, so this set has given me number 7. Now I think this is a really cute little set, and despite the hinge being a little bit too floppy and the clutch power on that radar dish being too weak, I'm still pleased with the price that I paid for it, especially look at the condition of the box and the instructions that came with it. Now with the exceptionally small box that this set came in, it's definitely got that little cuteness factor, and there were some other sets which came in tiny boxes like this, so I may try and get a few more of those. But as for the rest of the sets in the Spaceport theme, I don't think I'll be getting any of the other ones, but I definitely think I do need to get the other 8 minifigures from the theme. I'd love to hear your views about this set and this theme in the comments below, especially if you know why there were 3 different sets with different set numbers which had exactly the same model inside. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and of course, please subscribe for more LEGO videos.